What's up, skids? What's up, fuckers? Fucking A. Thanks, man. Thanks, appreciate it, man. Greg. Fucking keeping the support. Love it. It's been fun. It's been fun hanging out. Definitely. Just sharing the shit up. Sharing the shit up. Seems like quite the delay going on right now. It's pretty dark. Maybe that'll help a little. Maybe that'll help a little. Joe, what's up, bud? Is Enrique doing his hair? That's why we had to wait this long to start the interview, because he had to get all powdered up. That's exactly what it is. Yes. What's up, Goldberg? Doing good. Doing good today. Feeling good? You know. Let's get this fucker started, eh? Oh, look at that. Let's get some old school sadistic intent footage going. He just did his hair. It's gotta look pretty for the camera. Oh, hell yeah. Listen to any bands today? I think I listened to some Souls of Mischief, some 90s hip hop. What else? Yeah, I'm all over the board. I didn't listen to too much death metal today. What's up, Shane? What's up, Tom? Enrique who? I guess you're gonna have to find out. Cheers from Chile. Fucking right. Fucking right, man. What a brutal scene it is out in Chile. Holy shit. People need to pay attention. If you love your brutal death metal, Chile's the place. Chile is the place. Chile. Yeah, man. Necrophagia. Fucking Killjoy. Have I heard of the band Rotting? Of course I've heard of Rotting. We played with them a couple times back in the day too. Canadian. Uh-oh, someone knows about this place, the Linwood Lot? Hey, yo, Killjoy. What's up, Joe? Yeah, Killjoy. I met him a few years ago on the Venom tour. It was about fucking time I met him too, man. Holy shit. Sup, Jake? You were there? No shit. Tom, eh? God damn. That's fucking epic. Look at that. See, that's fucking, that's the pit. That's the proper way to fucking slam, man. So good. Bay Cortez used my bass rig in that gig. Nice. Good old VHS rips. Oh yeah, I love Necro. Been chatting with Necro lately also. Gonna see what's up with that. Circle of Tyrants. There's a fucking band for you. Fuck slam. Yeah, but the early slam, it just wasn't slam, it was just brutal death metal. With great breakdowns. That's all. As soon as the term slam kicked in, then it started getting fucking all fucked up. Right, Bad Religion shirt. Nothing wrong with those guys. There's that bass rig, you can hear it. fucking rad. Well, you get the goosebumps, man. That's what happens. When you love music that much, it just gets under your skin and you lose it. Like, look at that, man. It's unbelievable. Fucking A. I gotta get another beer. That's so rad. So good. What's up, everybody? How you doing tonight?
Good. Just good, man. Like I said, as long as she doesn't get the same.
So what's up, everybody? Going a little old school again here. Usually, that's where we go anyways. Just cause we like to dig up the dirt from all corners of the globe. All corners of the globe. At least try. But yeah, you're going to want to stay tuned for the next series of interviews in the next few weeks too. We got some pretty fucking... got some beauties coming up. But yeah, Sadistic Intent, 1988. God damn, man. There's a scene out there. It was fucking quite the scene, dude. What I wouldn't give to go back. What I wouldn't give. I mean, I caught a few years in Buffalo in the early 90s. But seeing this in its infancy, especially then, especially when it's like fucking brand new. This shit was brand new. Everybody was losing their mind. It was fucking fresh, man. It was, what a feeling. And it just got people riled up because it was fucking new. Especially 1988, man. This shit fucking ripped. Oh, wow. I wish we could go back but be young so we could actually keep up in the pit, though. That's the thing. I went pretty hard in a couple myself back in the day, for sure. What's up, Joe? Waiting for Enrique. Yeah, well, we're just Just getting everybody waiting to come online, hanging out, man. That's it. Damn straight. That's so rad. That's just how you do it. It's just how you do it. Let's see where the man is himself. Maybe tell us a little about that show. That's how we work. We don't need to see me.
Yo,
What up, my brother?
doing good here, doing good here.
Fucking A. Look at that Slayer behind you, of course.
We got Slayer, Bathory, Venom, got Sodom in here. We got everybody in here.
God damn.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. It's perfect. I'm just
Cool.
just turning it up here on my end here. Make sure we're good. How you doing tonight? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Had a couple beers with me. Had a great day at work. Doing good.
Right on. You said you're an HVAC guy.
I'm an HVAC guy. We're having a heat wave over here, so I'm super busy. But managed to make some time. I got out of work early so I could make this interview.
Damn straight, man. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Fucking right. So, did you watch? Did you see with that show that I was just playing there?
Yeah, that brings back so many memories. I mean, that was hold on. Yeah, that brings back so much memories. It's a rare video. I'm not sure who recorded that. I never did find out who recorded that. But I've seen it, a piece of it. I know my friend Jorge Castillo is out there. Hopefully he's watching, and he's the one who found that video from a friend. So it goes down the line somewhere, but I know he has it. He's got the only version of it. I'm surprised you have it.
It was on YouTube.
Oh, well, you know more than I do on that one. It was good times back then. It was I heard you earlier. It was new. We're doing death metal. I'm trying to say we're doing death metal was a time when it wasn't cool. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Our bands, Sacrifice, Death, it goes on and on. Possessed, definitely Possessed was in there. I mean, honestly, I wanted to be the next Jeff Becerra, and I mean, I can never compare to that guy. You mean, but he's a god there. You mean, but yeah, you mean we did this stuff. There was a bunch of crossover bands at the time, great bands like Cryptic Slaughter and Dr. No and a bunch of other ones. But we managed to get on, and we did some death metal for people here, and it shows that we were a little ahead of our time. You mean there was grindcore going on, like bands like Terrorizer, Nausea.
Yep.
Local band called Darkness LA was kicking ass at the time. Necrophagia LA. I know you're wearing a Necrophagia shirt, or you were. Yeah, Necrophagia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was also another Necrophagia LA.
Right.
At the time they were feuding, but yeah, you mean we had great bands out here. It's just the Alex team got a little left behind, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that show there was '88. That was obviously one of your first shows, I'm assuming.
Yeah. That one was with Necrophagia LA, and if I remember correctly, Terrorizer, Nausea. Gosh, I can't remember. Darkness was on there.
Wow.
I mean, all the heavyweights. There was only like 8 bands of us here in LA, each playing their own style. We had the death metal more side of it. Darkness was a great band, a big influence, a little bit. You mean? But every band in LA, you could tell who they were, and when we got all together, we brought every city here in LA. We brought them all together, and that video shows exactly what was happening. That show, I remember it was. What that was I'm going to say it was a riverbed turned into a freeway now. It's a freeway now. So they knocked out a bunch of houses down there on the side, and this one promoter took the guts. He took the guts out there, and he decided, I could throw a gig right here with all the construction going on, and nobody ever would know it. And he started booking shows, and there was few shows. Blood Come and Recipients of Death. I mean, great bands you made at the time. Rest in peace, all those bands. But yeah, we were doing our own thing. We all got along, and we were doing our thing. And then everybody brought their crowds. We brought some punk rockers into it. We brought everybody together in the local scene. I mean, that show was about 570 people in an empty field.
Jeez. Ever cool.
1988.
Yeah. Well, especially back then, too. Whatever was extreme and underground, you liked it. And it didn't matter what genre it was. If it was fucking hardcore, punk, thrash, death, it didn't matter. You loved it all because it was just underground and everybody was into it. It didn't matter.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of our stuff was, personally wise, we loved the death metal that was coming out at the time. Death, Possessed. We loved the thrash death stuff like Sacrifice. We loved a lot of letters. Master was a big influence.
Yes.
Love Master a lot. There was a lot of stuff going on, but we believed in what we were doing, and we wanted to sound like a little different from all the other bands, but still keep it extreme. But we liked the more side of death metal, stuff like Celtic Frost, Bathory, Possessed, Venom. Big Venom fan. Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, all that stuff was coming out back then was really great. We had great local bands like Hyrax. Hyrax, Dark Angel, definitely Slayer from. Big Slayer fans, and Slayer was from my hometown.
Yes.
So was Dark Angel. They were from my hometown, a little city called Southgate. They were all being brewed right there.
Yeah.
And we just wanted a little piece of the action, and we said, like, you know what? I think we could do something. A little different from all those bands. We definitely don't sound like Dark Angel. We don't sound like Slayer. We took a little bit of the thrash piece and added some death metal to it, and we definitely created a little bit, and it stood test of time, you could say.
Yeah, totally. So, like you were mentioning, Death and Possessed and everything like that, you were catching that stuff in the early years and watching those live shows back then, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I got to see. I got to see shows like Possessed with, Hellite, Anthrax, Possessed, DRI, and other bands. Right, Corrosion of Conformity when they were, back when they were crossover.
Yeah.
But all on one show. We're paying $12 to see these guys. We saw Slayer on. I saw Slayer on Rain and Blood, $14. Slayer with DRI. The list goes on of how many bands played for $12, $14.
Yeah, well, especially in Cali too, man. That was a hotbed just for everything, right?
Yeah, what we saw was a little bit of what it was like. It was insane. A show would sell out. We had a favorite place called the Fender's Ballroom in Long Beach. We could see bands mixed in. We could see a punk band with the death metal band with the thrash band. All in one night, and everybody would get along. It'd be, 300 people in, we call Slam Pit.
Yes.
That's when it was called Slam. That's when it was Slam Pit.
Yeah.
And everybody get along. No bouncers, very little bouncers, and everybody just flying off the stage and stage diving.
Yeah, because everybody was cool with each other, because everybody wanted to be there, right?
Yeah, what was more important? There was no phones. There was nobody videoing. Back then, you were there for the music, and you had to be a diehard to be there to start with.
Yep.
But yeah, you had to be a diehard to be there, and when you were there for the show, not to record or look who in the back and stand in the background.
Yes, exactly, and that's the problem nowadays too, right? Everyone, like you said, everyone's kind of there to be cool, so they make sure they got to get footage, show everybody how cool they are being at these cool shows, and it's like, yeah, that's not the point.
Yeah, back then it was all about the music. There was no other thing except the music.
Yeah.
These days, I'm cross between something. I could go to great shows these days, but
yeah.
Sometimes it just feels like, what are people doing there? Why do you even pay for these shows if all they want to do is film things? How many times are you going to film? How many times are you going to really watch that video you filmed and wasting your time at a live show for?
Right. Yeah, exactly, right? But at least they're supporting. At least we can give them that.
They're supporting. recording, and there's a lot of young kids, which is freaking cool as hell. You know? I've had people come up to me and, they find out who I am and they'll treat me for a beer, which is always cool.
Hell yeah.
It's always cool. They weren't even born when we were jamming, but it's respected, and total respect for everybody who's new, total respect for everybody who still follows, total respect for even those who dropped out, for family and whatever it was, but it was a great time.
Man. So, Sadistic Intent, was that your first band?
No, I actually started in a band called Warmonger after listening to Whiplash. It was a local band. We didn't do much. We played a couple local shows in, small backyards, 80 people, 100 people, whatever it was back then. It was a lot of fun, in a small little area. And Sadistic Intent was formed. Let me remember the history correctly. I don't want the guys we were born out of the ashes of two bands, Warmonger, and they had a band called Devastation LA at the time. They needed a drummer and a singer. We needed a guitarist and a bass player. So the merge came, and when we merged, it became Sadistic Intent.
Very cool.
That's how it began, yeah.
So obviously both bands knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, we met, and we asked each other what bands are you into, and it was obviously the same things, same bands we wanted to play. Kind of style. We wanted Venom, we wanted Slayer, Possessed, Sacrifice. We wanted, the dirty stuff. We wanted to be something close to that, And when we talked to each other, like, okay, let's work it out, and then the rest is history.
Totally. So you guys got together. So right away when the two bands formed, who got the name?
It was Rick, the guitarist with Sadistic Intent, and his brother Bay Cortez. Yeah, the both brothers. When we joined the band, the band name was already set. It was already said this could be our name. And they had seen me with my early band, and they said, like, yeah, I think you can work out. You know how it goes.
Totally.
And we hit it off, and the chemistry was there, and we started playing, and gosh, I think it was 6 to 8 months, and we're doing our first show.
Wow, right on.
And I think it was Halloween night, 1987. Rainy nights. We didn't know if it was going to be raining. It was a backyard. You know what I mean? And people showed up regardless. It was packed, and yeah, we did good. And we said, we got something here.
God damn.
Let's keep making songs, and let's get into the studio.
So you guys went to the studio, record your first demo.
What we did was record a couple of rehearsals, and we sent it out to fanzines like Mark Vitago's Uniforce fanzine, which was really popular back then.
Yes.
Satanic Death out of Japan. Fanzines that were meant a lot, and we got a great response just out of a rehearsal. And during that time, after playing that, we got an offer to play we played gosh, I think it was by 89. It was mid-87 we got together. By 89 we had built our fan base. In 89 we got invited to open up for Dark Angel, Forbidden, Dr. No. I'm trying to remember, it's been a while back. And it was sold out show. We were kids. We were 17 to 19 years old, and we were playing in front of 2,500 people. Sold out show.
Holy shit!
This unknown local band, and the response was massive. It was immediately massive. There was a promoters here called Golden Voice. They do big shows now. They do all the Judas Priest bands and all those kind of shows.
Jesus.
But we played that show, and they called us back like, we need you guys back. We need you guys to do more shows for us. And to get on Golden Voice promotion was huge at the time. And they call us, they're like, we want you guys to open up for Dark Angel, and they're in a spot here in LA. Like, yeah, let's do it. Then the offers just started coming in. We want you guys to open for Death. We want you guys to open for Sepultura. I mean, this was Death Metal was being born.
Holy shit! So
And
obviously,
the fan base was just growing and growing quick.
my God, man,
Yeah.
and especially being that young, like under 20, and you're starting to open up for some of your.
My wife just brought me a drink.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Vodka and pineapple.
Oh, I haven't drank too much vodka lately. I like the whiskey myself, but lately the woman also, she picked up some vodka a couple weeks ago, and all of a sudden I had a buzz I haven't had in like quite a long time. So I think I got to jump back into the vodka again.
I don't do it. I don't do it very often. I mean, I do it here or there, but this is my choice and my favorite beer.
Oh, what's the Mongo? Never heard of it.
Mongo it's a double IPA from a brewery in San Diego.
Ah,
8%. It's my favorite beer. It's been my favorite beer for about 5 years now.
holy shit! You like those IPAs and those ryes and all that, eh?
Oh yeah. I know every brewery from here to Colorado and everything in Texas.
God damn. Right on. So, Sadistic Intent, picking up massive steam, playing for all these fucking legends. I mean, they weren't legends then, but obviously they were to you guys because you were the younger generation coming up or whatever. That got you excited, obviously, and just pushed you even harder.
Yeah. We got excited. The fan base was there. We started limiting our shows to here or there. I mean, we didn't want to burn ourselves out either. Then we started, we went into the studio and recorded in, don't remember what month, but it was 1989. We recorded our first studio demo called Conflict Within. We recorded it on a budget in a friend's garage who had a studio. And we started sending it out. We wanted to meet these bands from around the world, like to this day, friends with Immolation. We were young kids, you know what I mean? Immolation, Incantation, Mortician, Autopsy. The list goes on. Paradise Lost, everybody. We're keeping in touch with everybody, and the response was like, "Hey guys, you guys are doing something new, something right."
Yeah.
Same time we had friends like Terrorizer and here in LA, Nausea, grindcore bands, and all the grindcore fans showing up to our shows. We started adding blast beats to our death metal style, and the fan base kept growing. It kept going, and then right after the demo, we got approached by Wild Rags Records here in LA, a local record store.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people remember Wild Rags. They had good bands. They had some bands that were not so good.
Yeah.
But and the support came from the local bands who were at the time they were breaking up. The bands were breaking up. It was Terrorize who backs up a lot. The local band Resist Militia. There was a bunch of bands that were breaking up, and once they broke up, there was nobody left. Really, there was nobody in LA that was left. So, there was upcoming bands too, like the guys from Sepsism, band called Sepsism. There was other good bands. It just, we got a hook in there real quick in the LA scene. And so we were called to support every touring band to play, and the fan base just kept growing. With that, Wild Rags Records decided, like, hey man, we walked to his store one day. He's like, hey man, I want to do something with you guys. Everybody keeps asking for your demo here. We took a bunch of demos. It would sell in a week. We take it more. They would sell it again. And Wild Rags, like, I want a full record. Wild Rags at the time, they had a little bit of a bad reputation. And, but I look back, I'm not going to talk bad about those guys, about Richard and Wild Rags. He helped us out a lot, I'll be honest. He helped us out a lot.
Helped out everybody, pretty much. He put everybody on the map.
Oh, yeah. He's got bands like Emperor, Blasphemy,
Yeah.
Yeah, he had good in some ways, but the business side of it was a little shady, you could say. So we decided, you know what, we're just going to record one 4-song EP, and if everything goes well with him, we'll do a full album. Well, we did the 4-song record, and that became Impending Doom. We did Impending Doom, and it was released to the world. He did help a lot. That's what I'm saying. He did help a lot promote the hell of that record.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, we started getting offers to play here, to play there. We got invited to Mexico. We did a small U.S. tour, a few shows with Morbid Angel. But yeah, that 4-song record came out. It was an instant hit.
Yeah, that was the EP that I found solidified Sadistic Intent. It was that cover with the face on it, and that just became like everybody's favorite EP at that time. I totally remember reading it in all the zines and everything. It was everywhere.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah, no, man, no problem.
Oh. How are you hearing? That was my stepdaughter there, trying to get something and trying to do a cameo with her Terrorizer shirt on.
Nice. Bringing them up right.
Oh, she's... Come here, Mia. Let me introduce you for a second. Come here, Mama.
Damn straight.
Come here, Mama. Oh, it's okay, come on. Give me a second. I gotta introduce you.
Yeah, man, totally.
He's my beautiful. Say hi, Mama. Wait. No, wait. You gotta wait here. There you go.
Oh, look at that. Hey, how's it going?
Go ahead. Oh.
Oh, you can't hear.
Here you go.
How's it going down there? Good. Right on. Good. Hey, you're way on the other side of the country over there. I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada.
Oh, he's in Canada. Show me your shirt, Mama. She's a big supporter of her uncle, Terrorizer.
Oh, perfect. Do you listen to Terrorizer?
When you have to, huh? Yeah, when you have to. Hey, Cam, ask her what her first concert was.
Oh, tell us.
What her first concert was.
What was it?
My first concert was Slayer.
When was that?
Louder. Slayer.
When was that?
Say it.
That was when I was 6 years old.
Holy cow. So obviously as soon as you seen Slayer, you liked heavy metal. Eh? You support the family.
Yeah. She supports you. She got to go there. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
That. She's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm gonna tell my garage sale studio, and there, my wife and her are watching it live outside.
Very cool.
I want to be in that video. Right.
Well, she's in it.
Yeah, she didn't really need those tennis balls. No, they're great. They're great. Great support.
Right on. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, after the One Rise EP, we have a few shows across Texas, across all the way to Miami and up the coast. We did shows with our friends in Malevolent Creation and Morbid Angel out in Florida. Met Pat from Hellwitch for the first time, which is awesome guy.
Oh yes.
And we met a lot of people along the way that really supported us, and they're like, wow, Cali has some good bands out there, and we were one of the first bands to break from LA. You know what I mean?
Fucking right, man. And like you said, you got to tour and play shows with like pretty much your favorite bands.
Oh yeah, one of my biggest memories is playing with opening for Death and Devastation, and opening for Death and Devastation, and we were playing, I should say, and I looked to the side, and the guys from Devastation and Death, Chuck, and the rest of the guys were right there watching us, and the song ended, and I saw them, they were like, give me like hell yeah, you mean?
Yeah.
Keep going, you mean? And so the show, we finished our set, and we were going up to our dressing room, and Chuck Schuldiner, he was doing an interview at the time, and he was right down in the stairway going to our room, and he's like, we didn't want to interfere, so we kind of hiding underneath. You mean like going away? Like, oh, I heard Chuck's kind of like an ass a little bit. That's the stories we heard. You mean stay away from him, you know?
Yeah.
And one of my biggest memories was when he stopped me. He stopped the interview. He said, like, hey man, in Spanish, he's knowing that we're Hispanic. He said, "Están brutal," which means you're fucking brutal. I mean, to hear a compliment from Chuck is like, wow.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, and then we kept in touch with guys from Devastation to this day. I'm still friends with Henry of Devastation, and it became solid. You know what I mean? That we're a little bit force to reckon with. You mean?
Yeah, totally.
For LA, especially for LA.
So what happened after Impending Doom? So that started picking up massive steam, solidifies Sadistic Intent. What happened after that?
After that, what happened was, we had a few not so serious offers. We had like indie offers, independent, offers, but it wasn't. We wanted to take it a step a little bit more, and so we decided to record 2 more songs, demo wise, and then as people were biting, but how can I say it? And we're doing shows, and we took a little small break to record that, and then we were a little bit of band trouble. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it was a little bit of band trouble. I mean, we wanted to do this, wanted to do that. So ideas started going. Nobody had a rock star attitude. Don't get me wrong. So we took a little break, and we decided, you know what? Best thing to do is release a second EP, a 2-song 7-inch on our own. Let's do the 2 songs. What became Call Me for the Call Me for the Storm? No, yeah, Call Me for the Storm. The EP. It's been so long, dude. We did.
It's only 30 years ago.
Storm, and we got offers. And then it happened. I was going through a little bit of it became where I was having a little trouble, and not financial wise, but just family wise and whatever bullshit personal wise. And at the same time, I got offered a job over at Century Media, a new label from Germany, coming to LA, and they needed somebody with a underground background. I took the job, and there was no more time for Sadistic Intent for me. I didn't know at the time they even had a title. I became the publicist. I was doing the write-ups for bands like Unleashed, Asphyx, Samael, Demolition Hammer, Ice Earth, Grave. List goes on and on.
Yeah.
And that took most of my time. And so I exited the band.
But that's good time, though.
They continued. And it was on and off. I mean, they could tell you the more story of what happened there. But
No.
I was in the band. The bass player, Bay, great vocalist, he moved over to sing. I take my vocals. He's doing a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh.
I later, at the same time, I started my own record label called Gothic Records, and I found a band from Texas called Apsu.
Oh shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found a band from Texas called Apsu. I released their 7-inch. Then it became a band from Greece called Z-Mile, and the list goes on. I mean, a few bands are released. And I started supporting that, and I eventually left Century Media Records to pursue doing my own independent label. And
you just weren't feeling Century Media?
What's that?
You just weren't feeling Century Media? You just had to go do your own thing?
Yeah, well, no, don't get me wrong. Century Media deal with it. I learned a lot from Century Media. I mean, it wasn't the place for me at the time. I mean, the pay wasn't enough. I was taking too much of my time. And like, what am I doing? I was turning 21 years old at the time, maybe. You mean? They weren't paying me crap. I mean, I got paid once a month.
Oh,
I'll tell you what it was going to be. I'll make you $600 a month. You mean, what do you make? What do you do with $600 a month? And working
wow.
overtime.
Yeah. Especially for a big label like that, too.
Yeah, big label. I'm sure they pay the guys a lot of good money now. I mean, but at the time they were starting in the U.S. and I was in charge of publicity, tour promotions, radio.
Holy shit.
It was a two-person whole deal. It was running Central Media. You know, we had a small office. We had a fax machine. Remember fax machines?
Oh, God.
There was a fax machine, a little boom box, and some telephones. No internet yet. So we were doing everything by phone. And it was stressful.
Yeah.
We were doing, I had to take remember Morgoth? Morgoth was in the studio. I had to pick him up at the airport, take him to the studio, take him to my house, party with Morgoth at my parents' house.
Cool times, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was too much. And I'm like, I need to get paid more frequently. And they're like, no, we can't do that. Like, oh, well, I'm out of here, you know?
Yeah,
During
obviously.
that time, Century Media was interested in SADISTIC INTENT. Till this day, I still have the fax from the owner, Robert Camp, who says, you guys are signed. You guys are going to be our next band in the next 3 months. Get ready to sign the contracts. And it just never happened. You know, I quit Century Media. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but maybe I should have hung out for a little longer. I don't know. But it became to the point where I never heard back from them. I tried to reach them, and they were obviously not interested anymore.
Bastards. That's a mistake that they made.
You know, and at the end, you know, things just, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it just didn't happen, you know? I mean, I'm proud of the band. I mean, they still continue. They got new members, and they actually have great musicians in the band.
Yep.
And I'm proud of everything they do. It just wasn't for me at the time anymore.
Right. So obviously from Century Media, you went to start your own label. How long did that last?
Yeah, that's for a few years. I mean, I did Absent 7-inch, then I released their previous band called Magnus.
Oh, yeah.
I released a grindcore band from Anarchy. A shout out to guys from Mexico. I was helping another friend with another label called Baphomet Records. We released CENOTAPH from Mexico.
Yeah.
A Necrophile from Japan. We did. I was helping out a lot, and it wasn't working out for me anymore. And I released the Absu LP, the first one, Vorothrum. I licensed it to Osmos Records. It went well. It was going well, but then the internet kicked in
and fucked everything up.
It fucked everything up. I mean, it was cool getting all that underground stuff. From all that label stuff, I had so much stuff that I was trading at the time. I was sat out of my bedroom. People were coming over to my house and going into my bedroom and picking out records. CDs were fresh at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was selling to every record store here in LA, all the imports I was bringing in. And like I said, the internet kicked in and just killed everybody.
Yeah, honestly.
Killed the business.
Yep, it did, because everybody just started stealing it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, we all did the tape trading. We all dubbed each other copies of stuff like that. But it wasn't as massive as it was when the downloading started kicking in and just screwed everybody.
Yeah, we all lost our jobs, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody in the music industry lost their jobs.
It literally... It's so true.
There was no need for publicists anymore because you put anything on the internet, everybody's reading it. So there's no need for publicists. Radio was gone because all college stations started dropping out. I mean, there's internet radio stations now, but there's no need to send out promos anymore. You download the MP3s and play them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, totally.
Yeah, but going back to go quickly back to Impending Doom. Impending Doom was released, and we got an offer from Mexico. Hey, why don't you guys come over here? You mean you guys are Mexican descent? Come out here and tour, do a few shows with the local bands around here. And so we're like, all right, we agreed. And we got to meet, till this day, great friends and bands like Anarchist from Mexico, shout out to Pancho.
Yes.
And Thrasher and the guys.
Yes.
We toured with CENOTAPH, you know, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. We toured Oscar Clorio and Guillermo and everybody. And a band called Bloodsoaked, a great band from Bloodsoaked, you know, with Eddie Rock and Jose Luis, also known as Jeff. We got to tour with those guys in I don't know if maybe 1990, 91, I can't remember. We toured Mexico, and it was packed. I mean, the show was great, and we made great friendship, and to this day we're friends.
Right on. Wow. It just like you said, like with the underground too, especially if you were involved, everybody else wanted to be, a part of either the scene or your band or the zines or whatever like that. So everybody became friends quickly with all of that.
Quickly. Very quickly.
Because obviously,
during that time I was doing my own fanzine called Deadly Distorted Noise. I printed out 3 issues.
What was it called?
Deadly Distorted Noise.
Nice.
And so it was interviews with bands like Terrorizer, Necrophile from Japan. There was Mayhem, Immolation, Autopsy. I mean, I was interviewing cool bands, and that's when we became great friends.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun times. It was a lot of work, but definitely worth it.
It was a lot of work because I mean, like obviously you look back now, it's like, okay, so you were the editor, you put the zine together, you marketed it, you put the flyers out, you did the graphics for it, you did the interviews, you did the phone calls, you did the transcribing. Like it was massive amount of work. It was unbelievable.
That's a lot of work. When you're 19 years old, I mean, it was kind of easy because I didn't have a job,
right.
Other than that Central Media job, which I got a year later. But I had plenty of time, I wasn't paying rent, I was in my parents' house, working out of my bedroom. But
we loved doing it anyway, so it didn't matter.
It didn't matter what it was. I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning writing up interviews and writing back letters for either the SADISTIC INTENT or the fanzine or whatever it was, tape trading and recording demos for each other. I was nonstop,
Yeah. Did you handle a lot of the mailing and everything for SADISTIC?
I did for some time. It became a little too much with everything else I was doing. So they carried on, and it was a smooth transfer. So they're the writers. It was easier for them to speak than me.
Right.
I wrote some of the a good portion of the lyrics, but it was easier for them to answer the questions than me. So I just started, giving out. We started putting out their address.
Yep.
And let them handle it. A lot easier for me.
Yeah, totally. You ended up opening up a record shop also, on top of the label.
Yeah, so the label was called Gothic Records, and it became too much for my parents. They wanted me to get rid of all. My room was filled. It was filled with everything from Europe, everything from Australia, everything from Japan, everything from everywhere. So that's when I got the idea. Why don't I distribute to all the local record stores? And at the time, there was about 12 record stores I would sell to. It was good money,
Yeah.
It was good to spread the word, more importantly. When I was getting CDs at the time, fresh, in trade, between trades, sending them and bringing them back and making them, it was about $2 a piece, And if I could wholesale them for $10 to $12 a piece, about 50 to every store, hey, why not?
Yes.
They weren't getting them from anywhere, and everybody's asking for that music, so it became like, okay, that's my business now. So going back to what you're asking, like somebody, actually my older brother told me, like, why don't you just open your own record store and forget everybody, and everybody has to come to you.
Yes.
And so I opened up. I found a little shop that was up for lease. It was available for lease, and I filled up that shop. I signed a lease, filled up that shop with a bunch of stuff, and waited and got it together correctly, and then released the flyer.
Yes,
and I was at every local show and passing out flyers for my new record store, and boom, success. You mean?
Yeah, and actually, a friend of mine was your first customer.
Oh, who's that?
Pat Pagan.
I know that guy. He's my favorite mutant from Buffalo, New York.
From Buffalo. There we go. There you go. There you go, Pat. There you go. I told you I'd bring it up, you bastard.
Yeah, that bastard mutant. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He was in the Marines, if I remember correctly, at the time from Oceanside. side. He would take that drive over to LA, which is a good hour, 20 minutes, you mean? But he come and hang out, and till this day we're friends.
Yeah, totally, man. He's a great dude. Like I said, I live Niagara Falls, Canada. Niagara Falls, New York is like 5 minutes from me, and Buffalo is like not even a half an hour away. So I see those guys.
I was in Buffalo a couple of years ago. We were actually, me and my wife were in Niagara Falls. It would have been cool to meet you.
Oh shit! Oh man.
Yeah, we were there for like, we showed up in the afternoon and left the next day sometime, stopped in Buffalo. They started driving back to Pittsburgh. We drove from Pittsburgh. I have a family in Pittsburgh.
Oh, right on, right on.
Yeah. Next time I'm in Niagara Falls, yeah, definitely will set it up so we can hang out.
Hell yeah, I'm down with that. We'll give you a little tour of Niagara Falls on this side too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I got to see it on the Buffalo side really quick.
Right.
We were pressing for time because to drive back, and me and my wife like to stop at breweries, so we got to witness every brewery from Buffalo back to Pittsburgh.
That's a great trip, man.
We love breweries.
So you ended up doing the store, the label, everything like that. Internet kind of screwed some shit up. How long did the store go for?
The store went for, I want to say correctly, maybe about 2.5 years. And then I wanted to continue with the label. And I had to go back to work, I had to go back to work. The internet was starting to kill things. So the guys from SADISTIC INTENT took over, and they changed the name to Growl Records.
Yes.
And I kept the records label side of it. They moved it over to Growl Records. They continue to this day,
Oh, right on.
Cool that they're still doing it, Obviously, there was nothing much for me left after the internet killed everything, and all the record stores started bringing in imports and blah blah blah. And I wasn't so much into it. I love the intensity of bringing the new stuff. I love that part, and when everybody was bringing it in, it just became like
you're not the guy anymore. Yeah, you're not the guy anymore.
I'm not the guy anymore, and I still managed to release some great releases like Reverse-Rap and Die Primordial from Sweden doing the black metal stuff. Z-Mile was one of my favorite bands from Greece, and then it just kind of ended for me when everybody was just doing it. It wasn't me anymore, and I retired, I guess you could say, from it for a little bit. I started flying around the world and
yeah. Well,
yeah,
because it's a lot of work, like you said.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
Just doing all that, trying to keep afloat, and then like you said, when the internet kicked in, everybody started going everywhere else, and you weren't getting supplied anymore by all the customers. So, like you said, you took some time off or whatever like that, and but you obviously didn't leave the scene.
No, I've always been involved one way or the other. 7 years ago, one way or the other, I was supporting the scene somehow, one way or the other. Like I said,
yeah.
And a little over 7 years ago, I met my wife, and she came up to me and we started talking. And like, hey, I like to do something for my brother. And I go, okay, I know your brother. Your brother's Jesse Pintalo, right? He was, we want to do a show. I want to do a show, and I think he could help me with it. And Grindcore Fest it would turn out to Grindcore Fest,
Yeah.
And we did 3 years of that strong. And then it just became, again, a little stagnant, but we did 3 great shows. The first show being 1,100 people. Second, and it just grew, Second show was 1,350 people, something like that. In a tribute to her brother, and he is Live on Death and Terrorizer. We started doing that with our local friends, and everybody knew him, and it became a family thing. And while we were me and her were working that out, we ended up getting married.
Congratulations! Hey.
Yeah.
So then that kind of got the wheels turning again, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Everything started turning again, and we started booking great bands. We got bands that have been broken up. We got them back together for different shows.
Like who? Like who?
We got A big local band here was Excruciating Terror. We got there for the first show.
Wow.
We got Blood Come
Wow.
back together for the first show. Another great band from around here called FCD and Tormentor. We got them back together for one show only. We kept getting bands together that nobody expected ever to see for these shows. We got crossover bands like Excel to play for us, even on a grindcore show.
Holy.
Yeah, I mean, we managed to do a lot. It just came to the time where, like, you know what, let's chill out for a little bit. I'm sure there could be another festival.
Sure, it's a lot of work, obviously. Again, doing festivals.
Hopefully after this whole coronavirus thing,
Oh my God, man, this is fucking everybody up, man. This is terrible.
I know. I just lost. I'm doing a show with CENOTAPH now. I'm supposed to do them, but 2 shows have canceled or postponed already. The last one was supposed to be last Saturday. That got canceled and postponed till whenever it comes.
I was supposed to play a show this weekend myself, and just a few hours away. Like
it didn't happen.
Everything's fucked. Everything sucks, man. Ah.
Yeah. I mean,
but
Ed Farsi, a longtime friend. You mean, do you know Ed?
Yeah, no, Ed. Yeah, definitely.
I've never met Ed, but he's always stayed in touch. Him and Joe Pupo has always stayed in touch.
Joe's watching right now too.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
what's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? Fucking A, man.
A big shout out to him and Morris Lair of Metal Brotherhood. You mean Mario Hunko and those guys. Ed Farsi. I contact Ed Farsi, but I'm in CENOTAPH now doing the U.S. shows. He said, like, yeah, I could set you up in the show for my festival, and now it's been postponed until 2021. So that one's down. LA, as far as I know, as long as this coronavirus is over, I thought I was going to do the CENOTAPH shows and do a couple runs with them on some smaller shows, now it looks like the next show, if it happens, is LA. Which is I thought I was going to have some warm-up shows for the LA show. I haven't performed in LA in who knows how long. So if that happens, it's going to be my first folk show on stage. I hope it happens. I really believe in the music of CENOTAPH from Mexico. They asked me, to help them out with the U.S. shows.
When was that?
They asked me, like, back in, I believe, November. It took me about a month to figure out, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this?
Right.
I started reading some of their lyrics, and gosh, their lyrics are like a full novel, each one with... it's like, wow.
Aren't you lucky?
I'm looking at right here in front of me. I'm looking at the lyric stand, and they're long lyrics. It's like a chapter. Every song is like a chapter.
Holy shit.
And I heard it. I heard the music. I've always been a fan of them. And like, you know what? Yeah, I could help these guys out. They're my good friends I met back when we toured Mexico. We've been in touch. I've seen them a few times in Mexico, visiting out there. I decided, why not? So it took me about a month and a half to figure it out if I wanted to do it. And they waited patiently. And I go, okay, let me figure this out. And yeah, we're I'm the new CENOTAPH singer, at least for the U.S. folks.
Right. So you haven't played with them yet?
No, not at all. Not at all. I went and bought me some equipment. Where I'm sitting now is a garage / studio. So there's boxes behind me. I put up my flags to get me inspired.
Yes.
I have a big screen right here next to me. So I'll play that through a speaker and sing over the music, their music. It's been hard. It's been hard to find that voice because it's a lot different from my SADISTIC INTENT days.
Right. And when was the last time you actually did singing for anybody?
I rejoined. Well, not rejoined, but I joined SADISTIC INTENT on stage maybe 17 years ago. I don't know more than that.
Right.
In 27 years, I joined SADISTIC INTENT on stage, and unfortunately, the microphone went out. It was only for 3 songs, and I picked up the next microphone. It just had sound problems in it. And then at the end, I decided, like, I just walked off. Like, what's the point of this, you know? I decided, like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So that's what took the time for me to decide: do I want to go back on stage? Do I want to do this? It's a band that I've never sang for. And then I talked to them back and forth, and I heard the music, and next thing I know, I was buying equipment and giving this microphone, you know what I mean? I bought the microphone, and I decided, yeah, you know, I asked my wife, with support from you, I think I could do this. And like, yeah, go for it. You may have some fun. You know what I mean?
Fucking right, man.
She was all for it, and I started learning the lyrics and the music, and I go, finally, it's a band that I want to work with. Hold on a second.
Yep.
It took me, like I said, like a month and a half before I decided to even do anything. And they wanted to hear a quick demo of me doing vocals, see what I could do.
Yep.
I didn't have no equipment, so I went over to my friend Memo from Darkest Death, a local band, longtime friend. And he was like, do it right here in my studio. I go, okay. Recorded 1 song for CENOTAPH, send it over to him immediately. He's like, that's what we want. He goes, we didn't. He told me straight out, we don't want you to sound exactly like our old singer. We want your style of vocals added to with a little touch of what their old singer was doing.
Right.
Like, oh, well, that makes it easy. And I go, okay, let's do it. And so I've been going back and forth with sending him, like video tests like this when I'm singing.
Right.
I mean, we haven't played. I mean, one guy's in Chicago, 3 guys are in different parts of Mexico, and I'm here in LA.
Holy shit.
And our first show, if it all goes well, the first show is going to be LA. You know what I mean? And to me, it's a big thing to play LA. I mean, to perform in LA without no practice. It's a do or die, you could say, for me.
Yeah.
But I'm confident. I mean, guys, I think we're going to do good. We're going to have a couple of days, I think, before that, if all goes well, to do it. If it goes through, again. If it goes through, because it's whole coronavirus bullshit.
Yeah, totally. But it feels good to get back into the vocals again?
Yeah, you know, it was a little strange. It was a little strange to hear myself again, I guess, you know. It's been so long, you know. And I had to, like I said, I had to adapt to their original singer and make it seem like it's a little bit of me, but a little bit of him. And I mean, I know Daniel. I mean, the original singer, he's a good friend of mine. So I want to do him right. And people ask me, like, why are you doing it now? You know, there's a big question. Why are you doing it now? I go, because this is the first, my answer is, this is the first band I feel comfortable doing it for.
Wow.
You know, I've had a lot of people ask me to do a couple songs here, a song there. But I've never felt comfortable really with anything. A bunch of projects fell through, and these guys are more serious. And they asked me, and we talked on the phone, and they accepted that I can't do exactly his vocals, so I could come pretty close to it with adding my style. And he said, like, yeah, that's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Makes that a lot easier, you know?
And it brings the confidence too, because like you said, it's been so long since you've done any vocals, and then all of a sudden you belt out a demo, and you're kind of sitting there going, oh shit, will they like this? Am I doing it right or whatever? And then all of a sudden they're like, yep, that's exactly what we need.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, times have changed. I mean, my vocal style from 87 to 91 when I was with the guys in SADISTIC INTENT, it's changed. It's progressed. I mean, some are higher, some are more growler. Some more growls. My style is somewhere in between.
Right.
So, like, well, let me try this out first. Let me try it out first. I mean, and let me see Another thing is I gotta feel the lyrics, and for me, not writing the lyrics was a big thing too.
Right.
And then I started reading them and feeling them, trying them out. And then I sent them a demo and said exactly what we want.
Right on, right on. And I'm the same way too. I used to do vocals in my old bands and everything like that. And the last band I did growls in was about 2001, and pretty much I haven't done them since then. And there's been a few projects, same thing. It's like, hey man, you want to do a little bit of chorus here or something like that. I'm like, ah, shit, man, I haven't done vocals in forever. So lately I've been, obviously, singing in the car and doing whatever I can. And my vocals are not the same as they were 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Same thing, man. So it's weird to get back into that again and hearing a different sound out of myself. So you obviously feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel comfortable now. I feel comfortable. It took me even after he agreed to me, like it took me a while to feel comfortable. I mean, I'll close my garage door without my family looking in, do a little headbanging here, a little headbanging there. You mean look up at my flags? You mean, and you're like, okay, in respect to these OG bands like Sodom, Creator, I got Black Sabbath, I got Slayer, Bathory. I go, there's an influence. You mean, like, what? I want to share whatever I was talented for then. If they accept me at these shows, cool. I mean, if not, I don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
I did it when it wasn't cool.
Yep.
I could do it when it is a little cool. I mean, and if they don't like it, well, oh well. I mean, I did my best, but going back, I do feel comfortable. I think I found my voice again.
Sweet. And so it obviously took a couple months to get into that groove again.
Oh yeah, it took a couple months. I practiced strictly on one song because it had the fast parts. It had the slow parts. It had the really slow parts. It took me a while because I had to, like I said, adapt to Daniel Cortado from CENOTAPH, his style, while adapting mine to it. And it's like, wow, some of these parts I really can't do. You mean?
Yeah.
So I kept recording quick demo rehearsals and saying out to the guys, like, just keep going. And Oscar Clory, the drummer, and Guillermo, and the guy from CENOTAPH, they really built my confidence up, saying like, yeah, that's exactly what we want. We don't want the original singer's voice.
Yeah.
We want a little adaptation of yours. That's the reason we contacted you. Like, well, shit, you could have told me that in the beginning. They're supposed to be watching, and yeah, fuckers. Now you tell me 3 months later,
Just be yourself. It's okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over almost 3 months, I was looking for that voice. Like, it's not working. It's hard to do that voice. So I mean, their singer had an original vocals. I mean, he sang for Incantation. Come on, you mean?
Honestly, yeah, he definitely had some crazy vocals, man. Especially in the Chasm, also too, right?
Yeah, the Chasm was awesome band. You mean, I saw them it's been about a year now. I mean, I ran into him here in LA. You know what I mean? This was way before I got offered the CENOTAPH gig. Still a great guy.
Yep.
His vocals are brutal as hell. I mean, he's an original. He's definitely an original,
Big time, big time. So now, obviously, like, we're waiting for all this to finish, and you have a set list. Obviously, you have to get together.
Yeah, if you know the CENOTAPH discography, their first album was straight death metal.
Yep.
You mean their later records became more of that Gotham Merc sound, I could say. You mean? And it's a lot more screaming, but like I said, they allowed me to start doing my style to it. I think I got it. It's going to sound good. I mean, obviously, if I didn't feel comfortable with it, obviously, I would not be doing it. If I was going to look like an ass on stage and trying to do somebody else's voice, I would not do it. But I think I feel comfortable. I could do it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter anymore. We're old enough where we don't care anymore anyways.
Hey, nobody directs the music anyways. Everybody's on their damn telephones.
It's so true. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you know, I saw Dark Angel when I was a kid. I mean, I saw them for $2. I mean, Dark Angel at a Halloween Battle of the Bands.
Jesus.
At a Battle of the Bands, I saw them for $2. I saw Slayer at the same place the year before for $1. I mean, Battle of the Bands, Slayer when they were starting, $1. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
Yeah, then Slayer all of a sudden released Show No Mercy and they're off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dark Angel releases We Have Arrived. It took about a year for it to kick in, and then Dark Angel takes off, you know?
Yeah, but that was only a year, though. That's still unbelievable.
Yeah, you're talking to a 14-year-old kid watching Slayer, I mean, at a local park at Halloween night, a Battle of the Bands with a bunch of tribute bands, you could say, you mean?
Yeah.
And then it was Slayer.
Yep, no,
And
totally.
The next year is a little bit more speed metal bands, and then it was Dark Angel headlining.
God damn.
For $2, you mean? And how to, you know, I'm friendly with Jim Durkin, the guitarist for Dark Angel. He was like, "Wow, I mean, when you meet your idols and you're opening up the show for them, it's you feel proud. I mean, we're like I said, 17, 19 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
for our heroes.
That's a big deal,
Yeah.
man. That's fucking amazing, man. And especially playing with those bands and just being friends with them, it just keeps you it keeps you charged and just wanting to just take that next step, right? Whether it's like, you know, getting faster or more growls or, you know, the production or whatever like that. Everybody at that time, it was still fresh and new, so everyone's still pushing boundaries too, right?
Oh yeah, I think the boundaries didn't stop here in LA, especially here in LA. We had the fast stuff like, you know, good friend Scott Peterson and the guys in Laz and Cribbing Slaughter. I mean, pushing those boundaries to the limit at the time. We had Dark Angel, and then
Autopsy.
when you open up those bands, and you mean, and we didn't open for Cribbing Slaughter, but you mean, just knowing they knew about us, it was awesome. I mean, because we had the punk bands like Final Conflict, and you know, there was a lot of bands here. I love a band called Dr. No from here.
Yes.
Seeing them open up for them and then them complimenting you, it was a massive thing for us. I mean,
Yep.
Think about it. They weren't much older than us, but they were known, and we were just local kids just playing this music, and we got a good break, and yeah, man.
John McEntee says hello right now.
Oh, cheers, John. Yeah, I've known John for a long time, 30 plus years, you know.
That's crazy. It's crazy to say that, eh? 30 years.
30 plus years now knowing John, you know, or at least 30 years minimum. I mean, he's a great friend. I support him, and I just listened to what's his new band, Beast of
no.
Apocalypse, something like that. Yeah. I just listen to his new stuff. His vocals freaking awesome. I mean,
John, what's the new band called? We're drawing blanks here right now. Here, type that in, man. He will. So
yeah, we've been fans of Incantation. Going back to when we had the record store, they were supposed to show up to our to my record store to do autographs, and guess what? Their van broke down or something. They didn't show.
So they were supposed to play LA there that time.
Yeah. I mean, I met John for the first time, other than just keeping in touch with him through whatever media was back then.
Yep.
I met John McEntee in Milwaukee Metal Fest. You know, when I remember D-Side headline that day. I have photos hanging out with John McEntee back then. We were small, we were young, we were fucking kids. You know. To this day, I think, I respect him a lot for everything he's done, him and his band, you know. Cheers out to him and Kyle. I mean, they've done it all, you know.
Big Beast of Revelation.
Beast of Revelation. Yeah, there you go.
That's it right there.
That stuff.
Everyone's starting to pipe up right now.
Yeah, Beast of Revelation. Yeah, I just heard that new stuff. You know what I mean? It's awesome. You know what I mean?
Totally. And he ended up with if you're familiar with Overthrow.
Overthrow.
Yeah, and a Canadian thrash band that was around the same time as Sacrifice, also in the.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So Nick,
there was an Overthrow down from San Diego or something like that. I know you were talking about that. Like, I didn't know about that band.
Okay, so John was playing guitar on Nick Sagias. He's the bass player and singer for Overthrow and Soulstorm. His new band, Tribe of Pazuzu. John McEntee is on the first album. He did guitars and vocals. On the second album, they just did vocals. So there's another project that he's working on too. Totally.
That guy's a busy man. You mean?
Oh my gosh,
much respect to that guy. You mean? Much respect to my friend John.
Yeah, totally.
Much respect to I've met a lot of great friends like John along the way. You know, Alex Boots. You mean from Chorophobia?
Yes. Now in Immolation, obviously.
Ross and Bob from Immolation.
Yep.
You mean? Awesome guys. You mean Chris Piper from Autopsy, Greg from Paradise Lost. I've been in touch here and there. Sometimes we lose touch, but I always go and support my friends. In Canadian, whenever they come, I try to be there. I mean, I try to be there and at least say hello to John for a second.
Totally.
But,
yeah, big time.
Immolation. I'm always there for Immolation. I'm always there for a lot of the guys. I mean.
Well, because they're just old friends.
Yeah. And they were doing it, we were trading demos, t-shirts, whatever it was, when we were under 20, it pretty much seems like, you know?
Yes. Yeah, and then that's just it, right? You're all kids, you're all hanging out in the same underground scene that only a select few knew, so it was an even tighter friendship back then.
Oh, it was cool. I think the reason we kept in touch, honestly, between John, Incantation, Ross, Immolation, Bob, Immolation, Alex Boots of Chorophobia, and Willow Mortician, among others, is we kind of weeded out the weak.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think we weeded out the weak, and we knew that I think we were the strong ones. And it's proven, you know what I mean? It's been proven over and over. I mean, an Incantation album, it gets better and better to me every time.
They've never stopped.
The same thing.
Yeah, they've never stopped putting albums out the whole time.
They've never stopped. Yeah.
Yep. And John
they have a lot of respect.
Yeah, and John always mentioned too.
I have a lot of respect for those guys.
Yeah. And John always mentioned too that like when everybody else, like even in the early 90s, when a lot of people just started phasing out of death metal because it wasn't like, it wasn't so cool anymore, and then grunge and everything else started kicking in, everybody started leaving. But John and, Immolation and everybody and those guys, like you yourself, you stuck there because, like you said, you weeded out the weak.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when fanzines were death metal fanzines, stronger fanzines in the underground, all of a sudden they started saying, like, sorry, you're death metal. We only do black metal now, I mean. And everybody either changed their style or dropped out, and there were still the strong bands. Like, again, I'm gonna have a lot of respect for bands like Immolation, Incantation, you mean?
Yes.
Autopsy. There was only a few that survived that slaughter of every fanzine wanting to be only black metal. Oh, sorry, we can't do interviews because you're not black metal, which black metal was cool at the time.
Yeah.
And we stuck to death metal. I mean, we were death metal, and I think we chose our path years ago to be death metal.
Yep, big time.
And that's where we are today. And the strong survive, and the weak failed. I didn't expect to be back as far as the death metal scene as much as sporty. I never thought, but the time came and I want to be a part of it. It was from my youth. I started it. I want to show respect to the scene. I mean, this interview is cool, Cam. Honestly, I feel honored to be even remembered. I haven't done anything in whatever time it's been, you know, other than supporting the metal scene, you know.
Buddy, man, like, no, man, you were a big part, especially with Sadistic Intent, and like that was my childhood too, man. At that time, 91, 92, when I really started getting into the scene myself, I was 16, 17, 18 at the time. And yeah, just hearing that shit, man. And what's cool with, you know, social media and all this stuff is, you know, rehashing all these memories again and then tracking down everybody. And it's cool that you're still hanging out and, you know, chatting with us and everything. So we had to include you because the LA scene was a big part of just death metal in the late 80s, man.
It was. Like I said, I don't want to be, how do you say it? I don't want to say I was the only one, but I felt like, in some way, I feel like I was part of the original death metal vocals here for LA, to me, which is a huge city. I can't really think of anybody else other than like Nausea, Terrorizers, and Grunts, but they were not really doing death metal.
Right.
They had the growls, but as far as like the heavier kind of side of lyrics and all that, I think I'm maybe one of the two that, I mean, I'm, you know, kind
Buddy.
of kicking myself in the ass myself right now, but I think we're respected a lot for LA, and like when I think New Jersey, Revenant, I mean, I think Incantation was the time, they were there, Mortician, or New York Mortician,
Yeah.
Immolation. I could choose and pick. I mean, I was a big fan of another band called Dr. Shrinker at the time.
Yes.
Autopsy. I mean, I could go on. You mean Soothsayer from Canada? You're part of the world. You mean Soothsayer?
Yep.
Master from Chicago. Devastation from Chicago. I mean, Terrorizer. Again from LA. I mean, we had good bands in LA. We just never got our big break here in LA. Everybody went to New York. Everybody was storming to Florida at the time. Buffalo was always great. Baphomet. There was good bands from Buffalo too. Even Believer Creation, Cannibal was from there. You know.
Yep.
Just LA didn't get a break at the time, and it's unfortunate because we had a lot of great bands at the time. I still look back on it like, damn, these bands could do something great. I mean, when all these bands broke up, it was Sadistic Intent was left on top. You mean there was nobody else? I mean there was a lot of bands that followed. You mean, but
right. Did you and you obviously you stayed a part of the underground and the early 90s also, when kind of the new wave of bands were coming in, like Exhumed and that sort of stuff, right? Were you there?
Oh yeah. I mean, I know Matt Harvey. Cheers, Matt. You mean?
Yep.
I've known Matt Harvey for years. I mean, in his early Exhumed days, there was a lot of great bands from California. I remember Immortal Fate from from up north. They were good. Autopsy, wow. Abscess. I mean,
yes.
There was good bands. There was a lot of good bands, but nobody was looking at California. Everybody was looking at
Florida
or New York.
Yep.
You know, nobody was looking. Nobody cared. I mean, there's also great bands that were around back then from Texas. Imprecation, Apsu, Magus.
Oh,
I mean, the list goes on. I mean, there was a lot. Exhumed. Going back to Exhumed was a great fucking band. Till this day, they still are. You know.
Yeah, and they haven't stopped putting albums out.
I'll support Exhumed anytime, you mean?
Yeah, man. And
also, Matt's a great guy, you mean?
And also, too, I remember back, I mean, I did a zine myself, so, you know, I got some shit back in the day, too. But do you remember the Heralds of Oblivion compilation on Rough Edge Records?
Yeah. That was my buddy Raul Caldera who put that out. He later released. He later became him and his girlfriend at the time became Osmos USA.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good friend. He's a good contractor. I'm an HVAC guy. He sends me work. I send him work. You know.
Sweet.
He still he plays at home. I mean, that's about it. He's a good friend of mine. Him and his wife get along with me and my wife. Last time I saw him, we went to an LA Dodgers game together. But yeah, Heroes of Oblivion. who was on that? That was Demolition LA.
Catalepsy.
Catalepsy that was a good band. Catalepsy was a good band, but they broke up too early.
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm, which later became Brainstorm, actually featured the new drummer of Possess, Emilio.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Emilio. Jagger, the main player for them, he passed 20-something years ago. Great guy. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of guys here in LA to whatever health or gang shit. You mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for mistakes or whatever, but we had a lot of good guys.
And it was
was Fear Factory on that one? I can't remember.
No, Decomposed and Mutilage.
Mutilage was good. They some of the guys ended up at, remember correctly, one of the guys ended up at a Roadrunner out of New York now at the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we were cool. Nobody was doing much. You mean they couldn't get on those big shows and they would give up?
Yeah.
It was at the time. It was Sadistic Intent, who was just on top. On top of the interviews and fanzines and radio stations and blah, blah, blah. You mean they were around back then?
Well, especially around that time, too, when it was like 91, 92, 93, when all the big bands, it was like death metal was like at its peak, and it was just like probably just hard to get on shows at that time because, I mean, it was starting to go into a new wave in a new era of metal, I guess you'd want to say.
Yeah, the new wave stuff. I mean, the new death metal wave. Who was there during that time? It became stagnant to me for a while.
Yes. It
became stagnant. Then the whole grunge shit came out. Nirvana. I mean, I respect those bands. I mean, Nirvana. I mean, you respect any band that makes it big. Nirvana and
Stone Temple, Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains, you mean?
Soundgarden.
Yeah, Soundgarden. I like Alice in Chains now. I mean, a little Nirvana here. I respect them. Now I listen to them back. But back then I was just wanted to be extreme.
Yep.
I don't want none of that shit. I wanted my band to make it. I mean, I want this, I want that. Oh shit, hold on.
Yeah. No, I was the same way too. I was the same way too back then when a lot of that stuff started getting popular. At that point, I was already listening to Napalm Death and Anal Cunt and everything like that back then. So when everybody was like, "Oh, this is alternative," I'm like, "You have no clue what alternative is. Like you guys suck." And I I was the same as you. I wouldn't listen to any of that shit because it was like poser.
Yeah, when the Fuel Sessions came out, Carcass, and Napalm, and when the era came out, wow. Morbid Angel, Napalm, and Tomb,
Yep.
They brought a whole onslaught of music,
Totally did. And so then, so the 90s ended up getting weird with everybody, bands, labels, starting to, explore different, genres and all this kind of stuff. And things just got weird in the 90s.
Yeah, that's when I lost a little touch. I was still support. I was still support a lot of the bands that were coming around, but it became, the LA scene became stagnant for a while, and it was, I don't know how to explain it. It became to the point where it wasn't interesting anymore for a little bit.
Right.
I've always gone out and supported my friends. Whether it's Napalm or Morbid Angel or Incantation that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been out to support those guys, even through tough times in the music scene,
It was.
Going back to, I met John, from Incantation. I ran into John, I should say, here from Incantation here in LA when, the shows were not doing so good, But a lot of respect to those guys. They just kept going and going and going, and look at it, it's turned around, and they're still doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really proud that they stick to the times.
Yeah, definitely. And now a lot of the scene, the younger scene nowadays, are starting to look back at Incantation and Immolation and that genre of death metal and trying to recapture that that glory and that feel of that raw sound, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, we here in LA. What year was it? A few years back. It all in retro back to the early thrash bands. You know what I mean? They're like death metal died again.
Yeah.
It was all about respecting which. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's like you guys sound exactly the same. You sound like Dark Age. You guys sound like Slayer. You guys sound like Demolition Hammer. You guys sound. I mean, like, okay, we get it. You guys sound like early Exodus. Okay, we get it. I mean, but play some original stuff. Make your own style. We went through that time here in LA, and I did. Well, I didn't go to shows to support the local bands. There were a bunch of young kids.
Yep.
They're doing well. I mean, they were doing well at the time. I can't think of any band that passed. And what happened? I respect a local band called Witch Haven.
Yes.
Awesome band.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a good band. They continue still. I'm getting a beer. Hold on a second.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. I mean, I don't want to bore you with all the details. I mean, but we came into a time where it was a retro thrash thing, and everybody sounds the same. Like, okay, I get it. You guys sound like Dark Age. You guys sound like Dark Age. You guys sound like Dark Age. I get it.
Right.
But I mean, naming your bands after a song title of one of those established bands, like, okay, I get it.
But these kids missed it all.
You know what's a funny story? I got called a poser by one of those fucking young guys.
Oh, talk about it.
I was at the show and I was wearing I like Crocus. I mean, the band Crocus. I like Crocus. You know?
Nothing wrong.
Crocus. I grew up with a lot of stuff, you mean?
Yeah.
And I was walking by and some two teenager guys walked by, and I'm in my mid-30s at the time. They walk by me and they do the shoulder thing to me, and you go like, fucking poser. I'm not a fucking death metal gig. I'm wearing my Crocus shirt. I'm proud of what I like. They call me a poser.
Well, you're supposed to be wearing something heavy. Come on now.
No, I'm supposed to be wearing some other little retro shit. I wasn't cool enough for them. I got a composer for that.
Oh, that's great.
A lot of the young kids too. They see me once in a while. They find out who I am. They'll buy me a beer. Like I'm never gonna say no to a beer. Really.
Never.
Best beer is a free beer, right?
Yes. Do you keep up on the new stuff nowadays?
Yeah, I've been introduced to some local, not local, but some underground bands lately. By my friend Antonimo from the band called Heckovitz from Mexico.
Oh yeah.
He's been filling up a bunch of stuff. Disgraced Worm, Necroblood, Communion, Grave Miasma.
Yes.
Like I said, I love that new stuff from John. Give me a second, okay?
You got it, buddy. Yeah, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome, man. It's one thing to you love your old school roots, you love all that other stuff. It's just nice to hear, dudes still keeping up on at least some newer shit, because a lot of this younger generation are bringing a sound and a style that they wish they were a part of back in the day, right? Yeah. A lot of these kids back then weren't even born. They weren't born until fucking like in the 90s. So they missed everything. It's fucking awesome.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Piss break. I don't care. So, my good friend Frank Mendez, here locally, he introduced me to a lot of good crime stuff. A lot of the Black stuff. He introduced me all the time, man.
Right on.
I'm hearing a lot of good stuff from different friends who just send me their stuff. I could go on and on about the bands. You mean?
Yeah, but, no, that's good though.
It's way too many to mention.
Yep.
There's some good, some bad, but
Just
I
like
keep
the
getting
old
used
days.
to new stuff. I'm an old school guy, so I go back to the early stuff.
Yep.
You know?
We all do, man, because that's what gave us the goosebumps back then, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love everything from my heavy metal days. From the early '80s. Growing up with Judas Priest, Iron Maiden,
Yep.
Ozzy Osbourne. Queensryche. I love all that old stuff.
Love it.
It will always be a part of me.
Yep.
I
And
love
that's
my early '80s death metal, thrash metal, black metal, and I continue listening to new stuff. I have an open mind.
yeah, good. I mean, I'm the same way too, man. Whether it's like, like you say, like it's death metal, thrash metal, power metal, like any styles of metal, like my ears are to the ground and listening to all as much as I can, at least.
Yeah, the internet exploded, and there's way too many bands to listen to these days.
Holy shit, are there way too many?
But I always find that one needle in that haystack. That like, wow, who are these guys?
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
I
So
look back and I love bands. Chile, Sadism, Chile, Pentagram. Fuck, I love Pentagram. From Chile.
yes.
Big influence on me. The lyrics, the vocal style.
Do you like the new
I go
album?
back to a lot. What's that?
Did you like the new album?
You know what? I'll be honest. I haven't listened to it.
Oh, please do. Holy shit, man. We interviewed
That's gonna be my first one after this interview.
Yeah, we ended up we sat down with Anton of Pentagram Chili for the documentary, and like that's important, man. That album will fucking blow your mind.
Okay, yeah, I saw Anton. What do you think? He plays for Brujeria.
Brujeria, yep.
Yeah, so we went to go out to see him. Probably a year and a half ago. We went to go see him. Me and my wife. Good friend was Shay from Napalm, so he was playing on that show. So we got, I finally got to meet Anton. Like, to me, it was like, wow. To me, it's like, wow, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Because Pentagram's been around forever.
I don't get starstruck very much, but to me, Anton did it for me that day. Although I showed it very little.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Demonic Possession. That EP was just massive for me.
Yeah, and it's
the lyrics, the vocal style, the anger, everything on that EP was just everything I wanted to do. So yeah, when I got to meet him, he was a little shy.
Yep, a little bit at first, yeah.
So was I, and it was a weird time. You're like, okay.
And it's so funny too, because you bring that up about Anton and then just like the demo or whatever, that it was literally just a little demo that maybe a handful of people heard, but it impacted you so much to the point where you can't believe that you met Anton.
Yeah, I met Anton, and you know what? I'm going to be honest. If I could do any cover song in the world live, would be a Pentagram off that demo.
Jeez, fucking right, man.
I feel his anger. I feel that voice. I could do it. I could do it. I do it here in my little studio. Just fucking around, I do it here and just practicing. Is like I can do his voice. I would never tell him, but yeah, I would love if a band came to me like, "Hey, you want to do this song live?" I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I want to do it."
Fucking right.
Bands like them, Foss Beckman and Master.
Yep.
Wow,
he's a big one for just getting probably the majority of people into like extreme fucking metal.
Yeah.
Deathstrike.
My brother-in-law, rest in peace. Jesse McDonald. He always talked about Master. Master Repulsion.
Yeah, man.
Repulsion, great friends. But Jesse always talked about Master. Master was a big influence on him.
It's a big influence on everybody, man. Because Deathstrike, they started 85, 86, really.
Oh yeah, I got everything from Paul. I mean, I got everything from Paul Stegman, including his book. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's such a nice dude too. He fucking he
He's
was
a super cool guy, and
Oh.
I mean, he's down to earth, and yeah, I love Paul. I mean,
right on.
he's always doing. He comes to my house, he'll be more than welcome to it. I mean,
Fucking A, man. Fucking A. It's almost 12 o'clock here right now, and my wife's actually going to bed. So we're going to wrap this up soon. But any last words for everybody out there, man?
Thank you, Cam, for this interview. It's great. It's great revisiting my past. Thanks to everybody who's watching out there, past, present, and future. Look out for me out there with CENOTAPH, you know, whether it's in Mexico or, well, not Mexico, but in the U.S. Show up, you know, say hello. I'm just down-to-earth guy. You know, I'm willing to talk to everybody. I want to say a big shout-out to all my friends here in LA who are watching. There's a lot of friends of mine who are here.
They are.
My PDF friends.
Yep.
All the local bands. I mean, a big shout-out to them. I want to do a shout-out to Incantation, Immolation, Master, Break Potion, I mean, Mortician. This goes on, you know. My friend Jerry Pino from Morgion.
Ooh,
Big
nice.
shout out to everybody, whoever even watches. Cam, thank you.
Hey, so with CENOTAPH, like, where would if you were touring in the States, like, how far of a reach with CENOTAPH would you be touring?
Anywhere in the States. There's talks about going into Puerto Rico now. We're doing, if all goes well, the next shows are going to be LA, Chicago, DC, and Atlanta. We're supposed to do Atlanta with Repulsion and Nuclear Assault, if all goes well.
Oh, wow.
We're doing Detroit, Texas this year. It got moved to September 5th, but it all depends on this whole coronavirus bullshit.
Of course.
I'm looking forward to it. You mean?
Well, you better come down this way more. You got to come to Buffalo or something, Rochester.
You know what? It all depends on who brings up there. You mean? Love to do Canada. You mean?
Oh, fucking A,
I'm
man.
looking forward to it. You mean? A big shout out to everybody. You mean?
Sweet.
If I could see you guys on the road somewhere, you come up to me. I mean, I'll be out with everybody else. Say hi to me. And thank you, Cam. Thank you for this interview. I haven't done an interview in a long fucking time, and honestly, I was a little nervous about the whole thing. You mean? Because I didn't know what place we're going to be asked.
No, we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk like old buddies, man.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to having a beer with you.
Sweet.
Some Canadian beer.
Yes, yeah. But I'm drinking like Polish beer right now, though.
Oh God. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah.
You and your
If
IPAs.
you're out on the East Coast, you're more than welcome.
I'm coming down, man. We got to make a travel down there for sure.
All right, buddy. Loved it.
Sweet, bro. Thank you very much, man. Pleasures.
Cheers.
Rock and roll.
It's rock and roll. It's all rock and roll.
Woo! Oh, man. Oh, man. That fucking killed. That killed. And that's awesome, man. And that's the thing, too. Like, again, I bring it up all the time. You know, it's awesome to get the stories from, you know, a lot of the heavyweights that are out there. But it's, you know, it's dudes like Enrique and that kind of shit is what we want to hear. Like, that's so fucking cool, man. 1988, playing in a fucking parking lot or playing in a like almost a construction zone parking lot with Nausea, Terrorizer, and, you know, like these bands. And getting the like the good story, like fuck, man, like that's where it's at, dudes. And I'm so glad to bring this shit to you. It was such a pleasure. And like you mentioned too, Sadistic Intent. Holy shit, man! If you were there back in the day, well, even now, like they were a huge part of that, man. Impending Doom. Like, are you serious? If you don't know that EP, you're absolutely lost. You're lost. And if you are lost, please check it out. We're being serious. And cheers to the CENOTAPH guys also for coming in and hanging out. I wish I was able to give more shout outs while we were chatting, but obviously he has a lot to say because, I mean, like you said, man, it's been a while since he did an interview. Very cool. Fucking very cool, man. That was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed the shit out of this one, though, man. That fucking kicked ass, man. Sam, right on, man. I'm glad you were checking this shit out, dude. Let's see, 9 p.m. here in Cali. Oh, yeah, it's like midnight here now. Yeah, we got a few hour difference. That's cool. We're going to sit down with Kelly again, too. Kelly, Emma, thank you. Glad you enjoyed that. Thanks for giving him beers as the interview went. That's fantastic. That's fucking great. But yeah, we're going to sit down with Kelly again, too. Kelly McLaughlin, who was in Pessimist and did a stint with Possessed and is playing in I Am Morbid. We did an interview with him already. Fuck, it's been a month ago? It's been a month already, almost. Shit. But yeah, he's got some new equipment. He said he's got a new camera. He wants to redo it. I'm going to talk about some other shit when you get into a little more detail. Because a lot of the times, I mean, we do these interviews, we're trying to be as general as possible, right? I mean, you know, we've been connected on Facebook or whatever like that for, you know, X amount of years, and everybody does whatever they do. But it's fantastic to actually connect this way. I mean, sucks that we have this virus going on and we can't actually meet, but it's given us a great opportunity to actually sit down with everybody, unfortunately without being face to face, and be personal with everybody. Because, I mean, this is what the Growl and this documentary is all about, is just the death metal scene from, you know, the underground's eyes. And that's what we want to bring to you, everybody, man. It's been a fucking blast. Kelly is the man, dude. Holy shit. The fact that he's playing with I Am Morbid, like, come on. Like, how would you do? I don't see. I'm at a loss at words. I wouldn't even know what to do. I would be shitting my pants, man. If fucking David Vincent sitting right there and you're playing Altars of Madness, Bless the Sick, Covenant, Dominant. Oh, come on, man. That's fucking unbelievable. So, yeah, cheers to everybody, man. I appreciate everybody hanging out and, you know, piping up and talking, and everybody in the background just hanging out. It's been fucking super pleasure. So, this is the last one of the week, Monday to Thursday. Next week, we have fucking some treats. We have some super, super treats for you. We were supposed to, let's see. Here, let me get my schedule here. Hold on a sec. Because I'm a stagehand, and there's no work. No shows, no nothing, no events, no conferences, no nothing. Like, I got fucked way before we got all the lockdowns. So I've been out of work for, God, it feels like probably close to 2 months now. It's fucked up. Obviously, you know, we've been doing all these projects. My company, Rabid Dog Films, we've been doing, you know, we do music videos. We're doing this documentary. We do everything. Phil Pattison, if you see him piping up on the comments, he is the main man behind Rabid Dog Films, and he keeps this shit afloat also, like in the background. You don't fucking, you just don't know. So we've been out of work for quite a while. So, you know, we're sitting in the background. We're doing our thing. Phil's, you know, a lot of editing. He's been getting actually a lot of jobs doing some shit in the background, and it's kind of cool going through some old footage and just seeing what we got or whatever. But yeah, we haven't worked in a while, so it's kind of it's shit, but it's kind of cool in the same time, because now I can literally just focus on the Growl and get the people that matter and get the stories that matter. So next week, Monday, we're supposed to get Mark Riddick. He's the guy. If you don't know who Mark Riddick is, Mr. fucking artist himself, even from the old school also. He was supposed to join us on Monday. He's got to reschedule. Hey, man, whatever. We're all fucking in the same boat pretty much. So whatever you got to do, you got to do. And no harm done. So Monday was supposed to be Riddick, but we're going to figure it out and figure something else out. But Tuesday, we got Mr. Roy Fox of Necroharmonic. He was crucial in, tape trading, zines, helping out with shows, promoting, everything like that. Like, he's fucking crucial in all of that shit. So Roy Fox of Necroharmonic will be joining us on Tuesday. We got a treat here. We got Wednesday. We have Vanessa Hex. If you know the bands Cauldron Burial, Voltrath, Surgical, and Witch Hex Records also. She was a huge part with the Razorback Records also. So she's doing her own thing. She's got a fucking shit ton of amazing bands. And we're going to sit down with Vanessa on Wednesday. So that's going to be rad as shit. And Thursday, holy shit, Thursday. Yeah. Thursday is Sleazy Roy. Sam knows. Sam Biles from Hideous Manglus. He fucking knows. Definitely. Thursday, we have Fred Espy from Dismember and Carnage. He's going to be joining us and talk about what else. Holy shit. So make sure to tune into that. And thank you everybody for hanging out, sending messages, shout outs, shares, likes, support. Do that to us. We fucking appreciate everything you do. Even if you love horror movies, man. If you can find Rabid Dog Films, we're tagged everywhere also with all this Growl stuff. Go over there if you're big horror movie fans. And yeah, it's gonna be a pretty tight week next week. So thank you very much, everybody. And like I said, Tuesday is Roy Fox from Necroharmonic. Wednesday is Vanessa from Cauldron Burial, Voltrath, Wooden Stake, Surgical, and Witch Hex Records. I better get that right. And Thursday will be Fred from Dismember and Carnage. So that's going to be a pretty ridiculous week. So thank you very much. Again, like I said, share as many band pages, record labels, promoters, whatever you can do. Everybody keeps bringing up Ed Farstay from New York. He's doing a lot of these Armageddon shows and everything like that, but he's an old school dude himself. We're going to sit down with him in the next coming weeks. But yeah, literally share, support, like, comment, because as soon as you comment on Facebook, then all your friends start seeing those posts also. So literally, man, if you can do all that and help everybody out, the scene needs as much brotherhood and sisterhood as possible. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend, everybody.